think I've come to the realization, I don't know how true this is, but the longer I try to make videos, the longer, the more of a chance it has to be, like, more of a chance it has of it being cut off and hitting reconnect and not knowing exactly how that process works. At some point, I'll look at the videos that haven't uploaded. I know there was at least one that, despite the connection being severed, it uploaded. But I mentioned in the last video, I'm taking a trip to DC tomorrow morning, and the nature of the trip was, I was listening to NPR, and I heard that DC joined Washington, Colorado, and I just heard Alaska is another state that not only does it have marijuana legal medically, but now it's legal recreationally. Now that word medical is pretty, it's like one or two things I want to address, because DC, to my knowledge, was a medical marijuana state. Actually, just found out it was a medical marijuana state. I thought it just went from illegal to legal, and I was looking up exactly where to buy the marijuana, and I assumed there would be dispensaries, but as of right now, in order to actually walk into the dispensary and buy marijuana, you have to have a medical marijuana card, which is almost catch-22. I know as a business, the strings were sort of tied as far as their legalities, but from what I was reading in one video I watched, even though marijuana is legal in Washington, D.C., how you acquire that is basically, right now, D.C., it's basically their attitude is it's up to you. I know in an ideal world, you can, if you lived in the District of Columbia, and you can take advantage of free seed giveaways and grow the marijuana yourself. But I mean, it's illegal to smoke weed if you were to go to DC and, you know, get a hotel room, which leads me to my second point. So I mean, the first point is, like, they do have dispensaries, and it was February 26th when they legalized it. Today is May 6th, so it has been, you know, a fairly brief period of time for them to, like, figure out exactly what they're going to do. But I did read what they did like a couple of days after they made marijuana legal on February 26th. It was one of those things I heard that was almost too good to be true, because in my mind I was thinking, okay, I don't have to take a flight to Denver, I don't have to take a flight to Seattle, I can just pay $13 and get on a megabus to DC. So what pissed me off the most, what made I actually, like, was supposed to get, like, something to drink, so this isn't the first video. After I finish making this, I'm going to go downstairs and make sure. That's one less factor in the quality of these videos, but I'll finish this one up before that. So I tweeted what actually like burst my bubble, or, you know, I had all this false hope that was, you know, built up until I did some research as to where I'm going to actually acquire the marijuana. And basically, what was the stake in the coffin, or like the straw that broke the camel's back, is even though marijuana is illegal, the catch-22 is that you cannot, it is still illegal to smoke marijuana on the streets of Washington, D.C., or any restaurant, bar, public establishment. It's just like, you can't just set up a raid. I've been to more than one raid where like, even though marijuana is, like, illegal in the vast majority of states in the United States, still it's one of those things, like I was in London and I was in a hostel, and it's like, if it's I mean, if you want to do crystal meth, if you want to shoot heroin, It's one of those things that, marijuana may be more socially acceptable. It's one of those things where if you don't want to do the time, you don't do the crime. I've got that backwards, but yeah, it's the question is, am I still going to go to DC now? And because I got like two choices. Option A is to well, technically three. Option A is to risk my safety, and I remember going to this skate spot near Howard University to skate this rail. And once I got out of the metro station, it was just sort of not to say that it was the projects, but it was, I've been in some shady spots before. Like, I remember, I know I'm going off on a tangent. I went to Washington Heights once because someone gave me two leads of two spots where to buy. I'm not going to say what I was trying to buy. It wasn't weed, but when I did get what I was looking for, the dude eventually told me what you were doing, like, don't, like, do it again, or at least in that area of New York City, because there's a good chance if I walk up to the wrong person or to the wrong group of people, like, I will get robbed. And I've actually seen it. I was at a rave in Washington Heights. It was like the rave itself was at a park overlooking the George Washington Bridge, but me and my friend, we were walking toward the store, and somebody got jabbed. And it's it's not really one of the safest neighborhoods to be in. And even like New York City, it's fairly, like, if I were to go to Baltimore, I know Baltimore's been on the news lately over the past 2 weeks, or ever since that video surfaced of Freddie Gray. But I would really sort of be more vigilant going on the like Route 1 outside of Baltimore. I only mentioned that because someone told me of we were talking about the shadiest areas they've ever been in. I've actually been I'm going to Puerto Rico in July, and I'm just going to be there for a day, and I'm going to St. Thomas and then eventually Virgin Gorda. And so my friend was telling me, like, think of like the toughest spot you've been in, like when you get to Puerto Rico. That's exactly the same attitude you have to have in your mind mentally, as far as, like, not getting shot. I only mention getting shot because there was this dude, I didn't really know him. I had my camera, and I was, like, taking footage of this edit I was trying to shoot. And fortunately, the dude, he was at the beginning of the video. I learned shortly, if it wasn't that same year, the year after, he was I actually shot the video at the same time. Old dirty bastard got shot and killed. But I learned he went to Puerto Rico, and he got shot and he got killed. And that can easily happen in New York, or any place that's like a mega bus right away. But I'm not really trying to go to DC and put myself in that situation. So I know there are two other things I was going to do. I'll talk about that in the next video. But yeah, putting yourself in situations and where it's definitely not worth it, like to put yourself like for marijuana more so than anything else. It's just, if you think about it, if something were to happen in your mind, you're like, okay, all that for, I've been in similar spots where I wasn't in, it didn't have to do with marijuana, but I'm just all I'll say is that I was in New Orleans, and I found myself in like a dangerous position. And I will say it's, it was similar to like putting yourself out there hitchhiking, and you get in somebody's car, and not that they're going to chop you up, but they like, this is true story right here. This person I met in Illinois. I was in Chicago, then I was in Southern Illinois, and then I was in this house for at least, like, 2 or 3 weeks. And this dude was trying to hitchhike, and I've been in a situation once or twice, but he was trying to hitchhike to wherever he was going. And the car he went into the dude was trying to get it on. He was like trying to say, like, yeah, I know you're not gay, but like the way I'm going to, I'll just use the term, give you oral sex, it won't be like, gay because, the quality of which I do it. And the guy, he said, listen, like, I'm not a homosexual. This is, not something that I would do in this setting or, outside of the setting. And basically what happened was once they stopped for gas or I know they went to this a gas station. I don't know if the guy went to the store, but the dude that was telling the story, he just basically took his dog and dipped and called Dave, and like he had to drive for 45 minutes to pick him up and bring him back to the house. So yeah, right now there's a couple of things I got to do. I mentioned the water. I'm not going to say the second thing. I will say that the two are related. So when I get back, I'm gonna make at least one more video, and then probably call it a night. I'm probably gonna, like, if there's some time between when I have to get out the door from Megabus, or there's a lot of things I gotta plan. I gotta plan exactly what I'm gonna do if I do say, okay, since this medical marijuana thing, not medical, but this trip, the nature of it has been sort of went down a drain, so to speak, from a legal point of view. I'll talk all about that in the next video. For now, I'm going to take a piss. Alright.